Hello world, you're live with Beach City and I'm Katie, and today we are here at the Myriad 2018 conference here in Brisbane, thanks to Everledger and Invest Sunshine Coast. And today I have with me Kaleb. How are you today, Kaleb?
I am freaking amazing. It's been wonderful.
So great. So how have you found your Myriad experience so far?
Equally challenging because I found people want to push your mindsets, and I've loved every minute of it because there's no growth without challenge, and it's just been phenomenal. Like, I'm buzzing. It's like a 12-year-old on sugar.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Kaleb, and your company, or your startup.
A startup. So I'm based in Rockhampton. I work in the customs house at Smart Hub, and I actually work for another startup day to day, but the one I'm starting on the side is called ZEIT. And the idea behind ZEIT is it's a video conferencing for business to consumer to bill minute by minute or a block of minutes so they can increase their billable hours, their billable rate for that hour, while also it's cheaper for the everyday consumer. I'm going to be pushing this out to lawyers, accountants, and starting today actually.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. So how did you plant the seed of all this? How did you begin? How did you start? Tell us.
I started as a book subscription service. So the idea is I'm really nerdy and I love books. And I very much believe you're limited by what you know.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. And you surround yourself with excellent role models. So from a place of Rockhampton, I don't have thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs to look up to. I did have books about Marcus Aurelius or Plato or Benjamin Franklin I read, and I found these mentors in the books, and I applied those lessons to my own life. I was like, I want to share this with others. So book subscription service, great idea. There's no money in it. There's absolutely no money in doing that from my perspective. So what's the next evolution of that is I want to help entrepreneurship. So I want to do that. And that iteration looked like a checklist and a website built to help anybody go from idea to implementation. But it's really big and bulky and would have been tens of thousands of dollars to produce.
Okay.
So the next iteration of that was mentoring software that was video to video, but then I can actually go from business to consumer and charge it. And it was just a thought while sitting on a plane. And as of this morning, I had an accountant who has 60 practices around the nation. And he's got 900 accountants working for him, and he said, give it to me now, I need it right now.
Loves it.
900 accountants around the nation.
Wow.
Like, oh my God.
Exciting.
Yeah, just a little.
So please tell us, what was one of your struggles with starting a business? So what was one of your sort of,
I think for me,
bumps in the road?
my single biggest one I still struggle with now is self-worth. Right? So we didn't get into this before, but my background is 7 years ago, I was homeless. I wasn't an Australian permanent resident, I wasn't a citizen, I couldn't access Centrelink, and I had no job.
Wow.
So I gave my word to my parents, I wouldn't move back home. Your word is your bond. I'm Texan, word is your bond. So I wouldn't do it. And I went door knocking, door to door for 3 months in Gladstone's winter, which isn't that bad, but winter still.
Yeah.
Trying to find a job, right?
Wow.
And after 3 months of doing that every day for 10, 12, 20 businesses, everyone I could go to, this is the only way I was meeting people.
Wow.
I got hired to wash cars. And so I started washing cars, I started selling cars. But coming up from that, I'm here.
Wow.
Right, at this.
That is a very inspirational story. Thank you for sharing that.
Last night, I'm sitting next to Steve Baxter on one side
Yeah.
and Anthony Mark on the other, sitting in the middle of this investor meeting going, oh my
Is this
God.
really happening?
Absolutely.
Oh,
But the
wow.
self-worth behind that, the imposter syndrome of, I'm the guy who slept on a bathroom floor for 3 months.
Wow.
I know what it's like to go for a week without eating. Really difficult to overcome that imposter syndrome.
That's amazing. You're giving me goosebumps. That's a really inspirational story. That is
Thank you.
just incredible. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So what was one of your... So how do you stay grounded? How do you stay calm, cool, calm and collected under pressure?
Ultimately, for me, it comes back to breathing. Everything starts with breath. I've learned to meditate for the last couple of years and really take a moment to
Yeah.
slow down,
Uh-huh.
get centered.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you're going to say. They only know what you think, what you actually say, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
And by breathing and slowing down, and often I'll take my hands and I'll rub them back and forth like that, and it's the reminder of touch and to be centered within that.
In the present moment.
In the present moment. I'm not engaging on my phone, I don't wear a watch because of that. I just
Wow.
want to be fully present.
Yeah.
And there is no such thing as fear in the present moment. It only exists in the future.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of something that's going to happen. I'm afraid of something that has happened. I'm not afraid of anything that is happening.
Yeah.
So by being present and focusing on my breath, all fear disappears.
Wow, very inspirational. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And so, what's one of the best takeouts that you got from this experience?
It's something my dad used to teach me accidentally, and it was carpe diem, seize the day. In an event like this, it's so easy to hide yourself behind a professional facade, to wear the jacket, wear the suit, talk to investors, whatever. But you really just kind of put a mask up by being raw and vulnerable and really sharing your core and sharing ideas with others and connecting in that space.
Yep.
By being your authentic self, seize the day. Anything. I've gone into workshops, to the investor meeting. I wasn't even invited to be. I wasn't supposed to be in there. I managed to get in there because of that, carpe diem. And this has been, able to apply that lesson into this event has been amazing. And that's my only advice to anybody, is just carpe diem, seize the day.
Wow, and thank you for that. And so, have you got any advice or anything else for the entrepreneurs or the startups that are watching and wanting a little bit of, say, encouragement or anything else that you have to say? Sorry.
I'm American, so I can talk all day.
No, go, keep talking.
So the biggest thing I've learned and I want to express to others is I've sat in a room now in the last 12 hours with people with net worth of hundreds of $1 million and people with net worths of $50. The only difference between the two, and it must be said all the time, is a mindset.
Yeah.
It's, you have to give yourself permission to go into those rooms, to go into events, to go out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
If you don't give yourself permission to do that, and you're afraid of the judgment from others, you put that facade up on yourself and you create your own cage.
Yep.
And you stay in that cage. By ripping away that mask and saying, I'm going to show up, it changes everything. And it's that mindset. And all it is a couple of zeros. They're still human. They read books, they laugh, some of them fart, and it smells bad. Don't let them tell you otherwise. We're just people.
Yeah, that's it.
We're all human. And that is the single biggest lesson I can teach anybody is if you want to connect with somebody, just do it. Don't wait. You are not the story in your head. You're not the story other people tell you you are. You are yourself.
Wow.
That makes sense in my head. I'm not sure if I'm articulating it well.
It did. No, that made great sense. Well, thank you so much, Kaleb, for your time. That was just an absolutely inspirational story. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. You gave me goosebumps a couple of times. It was so beautiful. But yeah, thank you. And thanks for your time. And it was lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
And and good luck with everything in the future.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Kaleb. Thanks for watching, guys.